Hey everybody, welcome back. So, one of the things I'm doing today, well, the only thing I'm doing today because it's raining out, is I'm gonna replace this like normal factory car stereo, which is a little bit out of date, with a 7-inch LCD touchscreen Bluetooth, it mirrors your phone, either your Android phone or your iPhone. So anybody that comes, you can plug your phone into it. It's got your GPS map and all that stuff right on the screen, and it kind of upgrades the vehicle. The thing that it also comes with is a backup camera, which is really cool. However, that backup camera is going to go on the back door. And if you remember from the last video, I finished both of the back doors. So the fun thing about doing van builds is that you get to build it, and then you get to take it apart, and then you get to rebuild it again. So this left-hand door, that has the license plate holder on it, and that's where the camera's going to go. So I get to take that left-hand door all apart, run the wiring up to up to the front to the stereo, and hopefully I have enough length. So anyway, I'll show you how this factory car stereo comes out. It's pretty easy. Put this on. I don't know if somebody's here or not. Dogs are barking. Anyway, this is what you need. You need this tool, and it's a radial removal tool. And the way that it works is it goes in these two little holes. There's a hole here and a hole there, and you just stick it in there, stick it in as far as it'll go. And I got one on this side already put in, and you pull this out. But you can see I've got the dashboard like this. Frame has to come off. So you're gonna have to do is remove your knobs, because that holds everything on. Put those aside, and then you can use like a little it's a little kind of it's a trim. It's for removing trim, like baseboard and stuff like that. So let's get that in there, and this just all snaps in. Hold the phone. Well, you probably don't need that tool after all. All I did was push it from behind. So as you can see, this locks in to the back of the panel. Whoops. And so what this does, this is supposed to go in and flatten that out so that it can pass the panel. Here is our factory plug, and get that out. There we go. So we might have to do is look at the wiring diagram and see each of these wires, where they go to, and just cut and splice them into the new wire harness. So this is the little tube rubber thing that all the wiring for your door goes through. because I want to send this wire from the camera through here. So alright. Okay, so I'm on the back here. This is the license plate holder. If you look around the other side, you'll see it holds the license plate. And it's held on by these 4 screws. So I'm just gonna take those 4 screws out, and then I'll have better access to that. So let's get the right bit for that. And that'll work. Cool. So, I'll let you see on this side, this whole thing is kind of loose, but it's all attached to the key thing, and I don't want to fuck with that because that'd be a pain in the ass. So I'm just gonna drill some holes in it, or use some wiring holes for it. I'm just gonna drill a hole right up in here, mount the camera there, and run the wire, close it back up. Okay, so I'm sneaking this this wire through this rubber hose, and it's down about here. So these come in really handy. They're just a long set of hemostats, but you can get them at like I think I got these at Harbor Freight. You know, they're cheap. So you're kind of feeling around in the dark here, but you gotta try to grab the right thing and pinch it, pull it down. I think this is it. Hopefully. Actually, I can probably. Let's just stick this thing all the way up. So it comes out the top there. You can see that. It's kind of dark. It's getting dark out. But there's my hemostat, here's my wire, and that wire's already kind of poked in there. So try to open this up, put the wire in there, pinch it. Pull it through without fucking up the wire. Just another big. There we go. pulling that down. That's got to come through. As long as it makes it through the door. And I can plug it into the camera here. Pull that out. And this has a particular way to go. I think I'm going to put a piece of tape on that. I shouldn't have to. Alright, stuff that back in there. Not sure if you can see this, but stuff this kind of makes a nice rubber grommet around that metal hole so the wires don't get chafed. And then I'll show you, one of these wires has to be hooked up to the backup light. So come to this side, you can see I took this off, comes off with 4 screws. And so here's the auxiliary, here's the camera cable, and then this is a black and red wire. The black wire goes to ground, the red wire goes to your backup light, so that when your backup light goes on, it turns the camera on. Well, this is how you find out which is your backup light. Your white one's the backup light. That's right here. It's got a pink and black. That one's gonna turn on when the light goes on, and this black one's ground. So I'm just gonna tap these right into there and screw it back in. So I can show you how I do that. Okay, so I'm done with the funnest part of putting this camera in, and that is redoing this rear door, putting all the insulation back in. That's a lot of fun. So I'm routing this wire up here, and what I'm doing is I'm taping it to the ceiling, actually the roof of the van, because I'm not going to put a screw in there because that goes to the outside. I will put screws in here, and I'll do some type of, you know, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do there, but I have some ideas of how I'm going to, you know, close this off. And but I know, you know, when I do it, I won't be screwing into this wire. So let's see, can you see that? There we go. I did a video last night of attaching the backup light wires and how to tie into an existing wire, but it was a little dark out, so I decided that video came out kind of dark. So I decided I'll do that in another video, how I tap into, you know, lines that are hot and existing grounds. So so this line is just gonna go all the way up. I am going to take it down the pillar of this here, go underneath the dash, behind the dash, and then come out here. I think I'm gonna need about a couple more feet of line, so hopefully I can pick up a video cable that'll just plug into here and give me some extra length. So and then the rest of the stereo I'm gonna do in part 2, because I just wanted to get this wire run while I'm building this out. Everything's up here. I can do this at another day. I want to get building this out. I think I might put a light back here that you can turn on when you open up the back, so you've got a light switch so you can see what's going on back there. So I'll probably put that in too. So maybe I'll video that. So all right, but the backup camera is in, it's done, and show you that. There it is. Night vision and everything. Okay. We're back together. So I'm gonna take this molding off here. And these videos are for people that have never done this stuff before. Some of these things seem obvious, but not so much. So to get this off, if you look closely, you'll see there's little square plugs, and if you look in there, maybe you can see in there, there's going to be some type of a screw or a bolt or something. Oh, what's in there? There it is. It's a little bolt. So I got one of those that go on my impact wrench, and we'll just take that out. Where is it? That comes off, and then we'll just take this to the bucket and wash it, because it's so nice and clean. Okay, so this will then just kind of pull out, and yeah, there we go. So now, how do we fish this through this headliner? I don't want to take this all down, so that's where this comes in handy. This is called a fish tape, and they have different size ones. This is a short one. So you just stick it through here, and okay, so I tried to use the fish tape to go the other way, but I couldn't retrieve it. So I went from this direction, stuck it in here, fished it out here, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tape a piece of cord to it and pull the cord through. I'll show you how that works here. So just gonna tape that on there. Don't pull it all the way through. Pull it out here, and then I'll show you what we'll do. Take this off of here. And then I'll take our cord and just tie a little, not like that, but I don't want to get this all, if I pull that through, it's gonna get caught on a bunch of stuff. So I'm just gonna make it a little bit more streamlined here. So there we go. And I'll pull the cord from the other end, feed that through on this end, and hopefully we have enough. Okay, finally got this coming through, and I'll come down that column there. But I'm gonna feed this fish tape in through here and bring it up over there, or vice versa, whatever is easiest. If you can't do it one direction, try it another.